Mama never say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there o say dem yopo.
Ebuja for say na Mr. Oliver Ekopiem wo committee nanim about the statement of making on social media or say committee no alleged say committee no ejika wo nominees no for approvals no eno na committee na friend no there this issue by no and a committee no so applique from there no matiki aye the right the needful basically then no kopiem na mututu ne no asem na bese video no do say omo committee members ni nyina no etutu na no oni lawyer no but me pese uhwe the banter between or ni lawyer no Mr. Oliver lawyer no na Mr. Afenyo Markins na left right center to the extent say Mr. Oliver lawyer no say we 50 years and beyond we juma no na Afenyo Markins say you 50 years in the approve, but if you want you do man maybe about 3 days ago, cry ma Uncolano, Quana, yes, young question because sometimes the law who are people pop power this. It in our tre the years we teach you from our angle. We not only a banter between on lawyer no any Mr. Afenyo Markins and person both video now. Now, my question will come within the banter, the heavyweight banter between Mr. Afenyo Markins and Oliver Vormawor, legal practitioner, any lawyer or the bar committee anymore. Our yin semano and man. You're going to see the banter between the two of them. The embassy and aha, that's why I almighty PENDREAM TV. You best say, and I that you can cry while share your content. You best say, we subscribe to the channel. Now, there's me notification based on the you never miss one video safe. One video back with secret empower. Now, Mr. say we share this particular video. Now, encourage na for so and sa me and can't be our hand say. Now, young go to last video now ready. And young court net go to a moon seminal straight to Parliament. Young court
to make certain clarifications. And upon those clarifications, I'm sure we'll be able to put this matter to a peaceful rest. I understood you to mean earlier that you were apologizing on behalf of your client on a post made by him, and then of course you had a disclaimer on another one. This committee, as Roxanne had earlier intimated, is only here to make preliminary determination, which determination would enable the chair of the committee very same to the plenary. Then upon that, Speaker would make a referral to the Privileges Committee. However, before that determination, and I must say here at this point, we are trying to establish a prima facie case to mount that contempt application. However, if the subject is here to say, look, I am sorry, it ends the matter. There will be no need to make any referral. There will be no need to take the matter up at the plenary. So we put it to rest. Having said that, I need you to clarify, as I had earlier said. One, you introduced, and Leonard, before I get you to clarify, I need you to take note that certain matters that have already been introduced by you give rise to some inquisition. So in asking you to clarify, I'm giving an opportunity still for you, if you so desire, to put all strenuous matters that were earlier introduced to a peaceful rest, if you so desire. So one, you had said that your client was only a whistleblower, was being a whistleblower. To say your client is a whistleblower, meaning that he's exercising his rights in law, having come across an issue, and as part of his democratic rights and to enrich democracy, he has decided to blow the whistle. To blow a whistle must be founded on something. So, learned counsel, I would want the first point in, would you want to take away that aspect of your earlier submission to the effect that your client was a whistleblower? Would you want to take that away so that we can deal with, would you want to withdraw that aspect?
Mr. Chairman, with all due respect, it is the last thing my client will want to withdraw. It is the last thing my client will want to. He's instructed me. I've indicated that as a citizen, either by law or as civic responsibility, he feels obliged to draw attention by any means possible to ills or ill wrongs going on. This is a great institution of state, and my client says that he saw something, he heard other things, he was worried, so he came public. It is the obligation of every citizen, as a citizen, not necessarily by law or the Constitution, to speak out to wrongs. If in the process of articulating that wrong, there's an assumption that he'd erred, he says he's prepared to apologize. It doesn't mean, it doesn't write off what he said, he saw, or he heard. So, with all due respect, Mr. Chairman, if I may just make a small point, with all due respect.
Mr. Atwata, hold on, sir. Please,
you have to let
sir, Nana Ato Dazi.
Yes.
Sir, all of us here, we come several generations after you in this enterprise of politics. At the time you served as chief of staff and even completed your tenure as chief of staff, I was still in school. Please. Sometimes the approach can get things out of hand. At this committee level, we have decided that if you are apologizing, then let us resolve the matter here. But sir, with the greatest respect to you, you had indicated that your client was blowing a whistle. I heard you. I wanted to give another opportunity by way of clarity, because in one breath you say you are apologizing for putting out a statement, and you do so because you don't have factual basis to put it out, or that there is no evidence to that claim. Look, if there is nothing to apologize and your client feels strongly about what he has put out, let us then proceed to refer the matter to the Privileges Committee, where he would have his rights in law to come and defend himself, so that we know where we are going. But if you now say that, oh, he is a whistleblower and exercising his constitutional right because he's heard something, he has to say something. Here, whatever that he heard, you and I know that in this country, Ghana, as particularly Accra here, people hear things every minute. Should we begin to be typing things that we hear? I've heard Kojo Mensah has done A, Adwata has done B, Ama Mansa is this. So we say that we are blowing a whistle. Then there will be chaos in the country. So, Leonard, with the greatest respect to you again, I know you are here on the instructions of your client. I'm asking you, would you want to take away that aspect of your submission which you condition on your apology, that he was acting as a whistleblower? Do you want to maintain it? Yes, no. I don't want to keep you.
No, please, we respect 50 years at the bar. I'm entitled, with all due respect, to appear to understand the processes being here. Now, I was drawing, Mr. Chairman, I've tried severally to draw attention to the fact that we were invited here specifically to under Article 1036 of the 1992 Constitution and Order 14. That's it's stated here. This is why we're here. We have not been brought here under Article 124, which is the general realm of contempt against Parliament. Article 124 would have had the right, as Honorable Minority Leader is saying, to explain everything. Now, I am worried for my client in the sense that this committee, or for that matter, the Minority Leader, is indicating that what they are doing is a preliminary, stage towards mounting contempt proceedings or a serious matter.
Not necessarily. I don't intend to cut you. What we are, wait.
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
I know you've done 50 years at the bar, but your newer generation can always assist you and to freshen your law. So we can always come, because you've trained us well, and we have what it takes to draw attention to some discrepancies in the law. So you've done 50 years. I respect that. But please pay attention to the proceedings. What we're saying is very simple. We've heard something. The committee has invited you. You have in fact given respect to the committee by appearing. The committee is finding out from you the posts. On this table, you have confirmed one post, you've denied the other. That is fair enough. Second, you are saying that the very post that you accept as coming from you, you apologize unreservedly. What we are saying is that to the extent that at this point you are rendering an apology, the matter dies and we put the matter to a peaceful rest. It doesn't travel beyond this table. However, in view of the fact that the very apology is laced with some conditions, we want to give you an opportunity again to then clarify. Because for me, if you maintain the position that, look, you were acting as a whistleblower and that you acted based on what you heard and you had reason to rely on it, we are both counsels. Reliance, was it reasonable to rely on it? In relying on a fact, would you end up hurting somebody's interest? The reasonability tests in law of torts that every student knows. At what point do you rely on a matter? No, let me finish with respect. At what point do you rely on it? The whistleblower law that you refer to, including your right therein, at what point do you invoke those rights? So I am just drawing your attention to all these matters to then invite you back to the earlier point that Are you saying that I am sorry, I shouldn't have posted this, let's end it here? Or you are now saying that you are a whistleblower, you've heard, and that as part of your democratic right, you have to. You, as a former chief of staff, knows all too well the effect of some of these statements on the reputation of the country and its institutions. You've been in government, you've been part of the national security architecture of this country, and you can tell the effect of some of these things on the very democracy that your client says he's exercising his right under. I would want to ask, based on your response to me as a final response, I would then be able to confer with chairman, and then we know what to do. Are we accepting an absolute apology, unconditional apology, to put this matter to a peaceful rest? Is that where we are, council? So that we know what we are doing. Are we putting this matter? Chair, relax.
Chairman, Ato, 1 second.
Please, you don't have the floor. Let's let him.
So, Leonard Council,
conclude.
Are you here with an unconditional apology on the ownership of the other statement? An absolute one, unconditional. Say so in clear language. Let's leave here. If you feel strongly about some other things that indeed you've heard and you believe that verily same is true and you believe that is your right and you have to express it, say so. Then that one you cannot be apologetic about it when you feel strongly that indeed your source is reliable. Then we can escalate. But as we speak, you are not before a committee holding contempt proceedings. No. We are doing preliminary verification, validation of what has come to us. So I leave the floor to you, guided by what I have just put out. Thank you.
Before you come in,
1 second.
Leonard Council, when you raise the issue relating to Act 720, I brought it to the fore that particular law, the Whistleblowers Act, laid down a procedure for a whistleblower to follow. And it is definitely not social media, because action taken at social media has its own implication, and somebody who really wants to act as a whistleblower has a procedure to follow in blowing the whistle for a necessary action to be taken. So I thought the issue relating to being a whistleblower has settled by that statement made by the chair. So I do not want a situation where issues relating to a right under the Whistleblowers Act will then again be a subject matter of discussion. So if he is here to render unqualified apology, then we'll give him the opportunity so to do, so that we can bring this issue to an end.
Well, Mr. Chairman, first of all, let me apologize for my lack of clarity to this committee. Maybe that's what's led to all this. But I did say, right from the word go, that two statements were made. The second one, we rejected completely. The first one, we said, yes, we made that post but it gave a certain reason and indicate that if that statement appears or seems to have,
Council, with the greatest respect, as we sit here, very respected senior citizens of this country are engaging us. We were initially divided on this matter. Please help your client. It's not a matter of Leonard. We respect you. You know, it's because I'm sure he knows why he chose you. You are a respected council. This issue of if, are you rendering an unqualified apology? If not, let's close this matter. Are you apologizing and are you going to pull it down and all? Let's close this matter, because the speaker is of the view that we should manage this thing, and that is why we are managing. But you cannot continue. We give you the chance, 50 years at the bar, this at the bar. No, Mr. Nana, to does it.
I would have protest.
No, you can protest if you want us to have no, because I've opened the window for us to solve this matter. This is not an NDC MPP matter. No, Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Chairman, with the greatest respect, I am no. We want to solve it, but this is not a matter of 10 years at the bar, 50 years at the bar. We are solving a problem. We have no, please. Honorable, respected former chief of staff, respected politician and counsel. We are here to cooperate with you to solve a matter. We've also listened to good counsel. If you realize, both sides have come to a conclusion to solve this matter so that we don't escalate. I repeat, are you rendering an unqualified apology with the understanding from you that you are going to pull down the post? Yes, no. Let's proceed.
Yes, Chairman, before we proceed.
On record that the statement that he admitted to be the author is the one that we are asking him to render the unqualified. He said, I am not the author of this particular statement. I am not the author of this particular statement. It is incumbent upon the committee to deal with it regarding whoever is behind the statement. So we are limiting him to the statement that he admitted to be the author. Unless he's ready to provide evidence of what he is saying, let's proceed. You render the apology, and then you just pull the statement down, and then we walk away.
PENDREAM TV now, so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.